Welcome to day 23 of 30 days of yoga. We're almost done, isn't that crazy? So let's begin sitting nice and tall. Just ground yourself with a couple of breaths, in and out through the nose, with a slight constriction in the back of the throat. And come onto your hands and knees and go back into child's pose. Stretch out your back. And move your hands to the left to stretch out your sides. And move the hands to the right to stretch out your left side. I'm always amazed how many sides you can stretch in yoga. And come to center and interlace your hands at your back and move them up just as much as you can without hurting yourself. And release. The hands in front of you again. And now come on up, arch your back, inhale, exhale, round your back and go back to child's pose. Inhale, arch your back and exhale, round your back to child's pose. Inhale, come on up, arch your back and exhale, round your back to child's pose. Inhale, come on up, exhale, round your back and back to child's pose. Inhale, arch your back, come on forward. Exhale, arch your back, around your back and back to child's pose. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, come up. And exhale, back to child's pose. And come to neutral, tuck your toes. And move back to downward dog and start bicycling your legs. And move the hands to the feet, add feet to the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forwards. And inhale, move up, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Exhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your palms and step back into plank pose. Feet down and lower everything down to the ground. And upward facing dog, thighs and knees off the floor. And back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg and step it between the hands. Put your knee down. And arms up into the low lunge and stretch your front leg. And with a long spine, fold over and try to reach for your foot. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, just go a bit deeper. And come on up. and go into plank pose. Feet down, knees down and lower down to the ground. And inhale, upward facing dog, thighs and knees off the floor. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the other leg, the left leg, and step it between the hands. Knee down and rise up to a low lunge. Straighten the front leg and with a long spine, fold over the leg. Grab your toe or wherever your hands land on your leg and lengthen through the spine and exhale. Go a bit deeper. And step back into plank pose. Knees down and lower everything down to the floor. Peel your chest up, the upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feet to the hands. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Knees down, lower everything down to the floor and upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And lift your right leg and step it between the hands. And the elbows down. This is lizard pose. And up again, plank pose. Knees down, lower down to the ground, and peel your chest up. Upward facing dog, thighs and knees off the floor, and exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg and step it next to your left hand. Elbows down. And come to a plank pose. Knees down, lower everything down to the floor. And upward facing dog, thighs and knees off the floor. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feet to the hands. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise up to mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the palms and step back into plank pose. Knees down and lower everything down to the floor. And now interlace your hands at your back and lift your arms and your legs up. As much as you can, look forward. And rest. And once again, interlace your hands and lift legs and hands up. Your gaze is in front of you. And relax. The arms by your side, and again lift everything off the floor, hands and legs. And relax. Now grab your feet and lift everything off the floor, bow pose. And imagine you're holding a ball between your thighs and you don't want it to fall to the ground. Just a bit more and relax. Hands beside you and come to a child's pose and relax here for a bit. Take a deep breath here. Calm yourself down. And come on to a seated position. Extend your legs out in front of you. Move your butt away so you're sitting on your sitting bones. Arms up and fold over your legs. Try to reach for your feet, but if it doesn't reach, it doesn't matter. If you feel a stretch, that's fine, and just grab wherever your feet lands on your legs. Remember a long spine. We don't want to round our back. And inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Just go a bit deeper into the stretch. And release. Now the right and fold over. The right leg is bent and you fold over, relax. Now the other one, right leg is extended, left is bent, and fold over with a long spine, and inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, fold a bit deeper, go deeper into the stretch. And come on up. Put the soles of the feet together. And just grow tall here. And if you feel emotion rushing through you, that's totally fine. Hip openers have this effect on you because you store emotions in your hips. And when you do hip openers, you release these emotions. And put your feet a bit more forward and go fold over your legs for long spine. And now you can round your back, put your hands to your feet. Come on up. And lower yourself down to the floor, lay on your back. And put your right knee, not your right knee, right foot just past the right knee and bring it to your chest. and release. And now the left ankle, just past the right knee and bring it to chest. And release. Move your knees to the left and look over to your right. And now the knees to the right and look over to your left. And bring back to center. Hug your knees in, give your lower back a little massage, rocking side to side, and now extend them out. Come to final resting Savasana. Your feet flap open, arms by your side, palms facing up. Come to a natural breathing, and just relax and just be for a few minutes. Start to deepen your breath. Make gentle movements to wake up and stretch yourself out. And when you're ready, roll over to your side. Thank yourself for showing up for yourself, for your body. And push yourself up to seated, hands together. Bring them to your forehead to remind yourself to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart to remind yourself to have clear and loving intentions. And hands to the mouth to remind yourself to have clear and loving communication, sending this positive energy we created to all beings everywhere, going forward any amount. Namaste. Thank you so much for this wonderful practice. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow, and tomorrow is Christmas Eve. So exciting.